Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today I have an unboxing for you. This has come from Italy, and you'll see there that I've paid the post in euros. Paid for the whole thing in euros. Now, what's in here does relate to this and to this, but stick around. I know these are not to everyone's taste, but if you want to know what's going on with Hornby at the moment and what they're up to, then what's in here, you may find this interesting. So let's have a look in the box, see what we've got. All the way from Italy. So first of all, we'll start at the front. This, by the way, is not new. This is used, and it's been out for quite some time. Look at that. Now what we have here, that's upside down, let's turn this around, is a Lima model. Now remember, Lima is an Italian manufacturer. It's owned by Hornby and forms part of the Hornby International range. This is the Frecciarossa 500, which is the Red Arrow 500. The train is an FS class ETR 500, and this at one time was the fastest train in Europe, and I believe the fourth fastest in the world. Joint place with the AGV Italo. So what we have here is a surprisingly well detailed model. Starting at the front, the detail in the panels is all there. There are wipers on the window. You'll see all the rivets here. These vents on the side are actually slatted so that you can see they go in this direction. They are slats. Now, two other things that I'd like to point out. First of all, this kind of black go faster stripe. This is on all of the Frecciarossa livery, whichever one, whether it's the Frecciarossa 500, the 1000, the Argento, they all have this black kind of extruded teardrop go faster stripe. And the ETR 500s have these two units on the roof. I'll show you a photo of the real thing, and you can see for yourself. You can't see very well here, but it has the Trenitalia logo along with the name of the train. The Frecciarossa is famous, even has the logo, the rail company logo at the front. So the livery is not a made-up livery. That's actually the livery, and this is an actual model of an actual train. Now if I get the Hornby, the Junior Express, and put that side by side with the ETR 500, you'll see that we have essentially the same machine. Now, one of the things I picked up on the forums, people saying, well, you know, what are Hornby doing, making a made-up train? Hornby don't do made-up trains. And they are exactly right. Hornby haven't created a made-up train. What they've done is they've taken an existing model of an ETR 500 and they've given it a makeover. Now, what happened here is I kind of jumped down a rabbit hole and came out in Italy. It started with this, the AGV Italo, which is made by LE Models under license to produce and manufacture the Hornby Lima. What I noticed was that it came with the same track, exactly the same track with these connections. Came with the same Hornby power poles and even the same rubber trees. All of these sets come with this. So I realised that either Hornby and LE were just using the same kind of Chinese manufacturer to produce all these parts, or there was a relationship. That's when I found out that LE are making Hornby Lima toys. That's when I found the Lima by looking online, and I got this from Italy. By the way, I'm not going to touch this. This is purely a collector's piece for me. I really like these machines and I've decided to collect them. I have in fact just ordered the ETR 1000, the Frecciarossa 1000. So that's going to be a couple of weeks away. A quick look underneath and you'll see the driving unit there that I talked about before. On the Lima we have exactly the same thing. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but Hornby, let's say Hornby UK, have done very, very little when it comes to research and development on these, because they've just taken an existing set in the Lima brand and kind of given it a makeover, reboxed it and sold it as the Hornby Junior. So it was looking at the box that made me wonder what was going on. You see this machine here? This is not the machine that you get in the set. This is not the train that you get in the set. It's different. You look at the front. If you look at the front of this, you'll see that it's a completely different machine. And that made me wonder what was going on, why Hornby have put this photo on the front of the box and given me a different train. Also, the artwork here, there seems to have been a lack of coordination between the people that are making the model and the people that are doing the artwork, because they've painted on this stripe to look like a window. That's got a kind of a bubble effect, and the glimmer and the shine, it looks like a window. So when you get the machine out and you look at that stripe on the side, you just think that's a really crappy painted on window, and to be honest with you, that's what I thought it was. It's not until you realise that it's actually just a stripe that's part of the livery. It looks really good on this machine because you can clearly see that it's not supposed to represent a window. But where Hornby have changed the shape of the front of this one, they've made it kind of almost impossible to fit that black stripe in the right shape. So in conclusion then, we have the Hornby Junior, and it turns out that it's not a made-up train. Yes, it has a made-up livery, it's classed as a private livery, has this Express written on the side, but it is an HO train, and it is at least heavily based on an actual train. And I'm very pleased about that, because it's a relief. These two buttons on the top there, suddenly they make sense because they are part of the real thing. So this just became more prototypical than I thought it was before.